Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One. I'm going to talk about the officer that confronted the shooter on the building. Some of this information came from the AP, some came from the New York Post, but let me read a couple things for you. The local Pennsylvania sheriff defended his armed officer who encountered the former President Donald Trump's would-be assassin, and that was on the rooftop, claiming it was the right call to retreat after the gunman pointed his weapon at him. So the gunman pointed the weapon at the officer. Now, there's a few things. Did he have a ladder? The officer have a ladder? Because it said, someone said he had to use both hands on the roof to get up on the roof. But then there was a ladder involved. So I don't know the exact thing, but basically the officer looked up on the roof. I believe he had a ladder because I've seen the ladder mentioned a few times, but that will have to be determined. And he saw him, the bad guy pointed his gun at him, and the police officer ducked down. Then the bad guy was able to get back into firing position and then start firing at Trump. So I'm a little confused. Why did not the officer engage? At least duck down first, common sense, but then go immediately back up there. Really, the officer didn't have to ask for higher-ups' permission. Most officers and even civilians, if you're confronted with deadly force and someone pointing a firearm at you, especially an AR-15, a rifle, you have the right to defend yourself. Plus, the situation was the president was very close by, 137 meters away, unbelievably close. The sheriff, and I will quote, and this is the sheriff, Butler County Sheriff in Pennsylvania, said, "All I know is the officer had both hands on the roof to get up on the roof, never made it because the shooter had turned towards the officer, and rightfully and smartly the officer let go." So he said, "I would have done the same thing." Absolutely, the sheriff said. So I'm a little bit confused. When you put that uniform on, you definitely take risk. That's your job, to serve and protect. I'm trying to think, why did the officer not engage? At least duck down, common sense, then go back up there. Because if that officer was engaging with the bad guy could not be shooting into the crowd, could not be shooting at Trump. Was he told not to engage? I don't know. I'm just coming up with what I think could happen. Was he scared? He was a coward. I don't know. Was he told, do not engage? Maybe the officer wasn't trained properly. Maybe he didn't have enough stressful training to know what to do in a situation like that when someone points a weapon. I don't know if he was a veteran. I don't know if he was a newbie. No idea. But a little bit disgusted that the officer did not do his job, and I'm judging him from not knowing all the facts. So only time will tell if he did the right thing, did the wrong thing. I think he did the wrong thing. But we don't know. Maybe someone on the radio said, "Hey, stand down. We're sending a team over there." Or don't. I don't know. But when someone points a weapon at you, normally you try to engage that because that's your job as law enforcement. So, does anybody else have any information? Have you read anything, seen anything? Do you think the guy was a coward? Do you think the guy was poorly trained? Do you think the guy was told to stand down? I think there was two officers. One was on the bottom of the ladder, but I'm not sure. Only time will tell. So tell me what you think. And this is crazy. The incompetence at every level. I still stand behind total incompetence, or powers that be wanted this to happen and they put the pieces in place to do this. Only time will tell. Thanks for watching.